So you've heard about 4K webcams, but have you heard about 4K dual camera webcams? Enter the EMeet Piko. Look at how cute it is! Like it's got these two eyes. So it's got two cameras and it's cute. But the question is the EMeet Piko Plus gimmicky or is it actually worth it? There's only one way to find out. Let the unboxing begin. So we actually have two versions of the EMeet Piko Plus today. The new one, which comes with a laptop mount, and the original, which comes with a mini tripod. But after getting some user feedback, they chose to include a mount instead. Let's unbox them. Oh, that was painful. Okay, I kind of wrecked the box. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Oh, that is adorable! I didn't want to be charmed by the cuteness, but I am being charmed. It reminds me of those cute little Tamagotchi things. Ooh. So it does have a glossy finish. A panda cover. Ooh, magnetic too. Now my webcam has so much personality. And you get a USB Type-C to Type-C cable with Type-A adapter. And this is the included tripod. For the older stock, feels a bit flimsy. I'll be honest, I can see why they replaced this. But in case you were wondering, the old package weighs 131 grams with the cable. Without the cable, less than 100 grams. Just the webcam, 38.4 grams. So that's light. Let's compare that with this OBSBot Meet 2. This is 44 grams, and so this is even lighter. Opening the new one, so new stock should be just like this. Oh, and the boxes do indicate the color. This one says white, this one says black. And this one is white. It's so adorable.
Hi, I'm Piko Plus. What's your name? Oh, I don't know.
Can't resist making character voices. And this one also includes the panda cover. I wonder if they have other covers. And do you just get a random one? Of course, there is documentation. Ooh. This is a heavy mount. This mount weighs 79 grams. It does feel very sturdy. Like I really have to move these parts deliberately. Just tapping on them will not change the angle, so you do have to adjust the hinge. Has this nice little 1/4-inch screw unlock. So it goes in right here. Huh, what do you know? Let's try it out. First, let's talk about the image quality. In terms of dynamic range, considering the sensor size is only 1/2.55 inches, the dynamic range was actually pretty good for a 1/2.55 inch sensor. If we look at the white blob in the video, we can see that we lose a bit of detail in the highlights, and it does seem a bit overexposed. But overall, I don't know if it's just me, but we're getting this kind of an HDR look. Basically the same technology in phones that let you shoot in low light. Phones do this by grabbing brighter and darker photos and stitching them together. And since the EMeet Piko Plus does have two cameras, I could be wrong, but I do think that's what's going on here. Now you might find that my standard lighting with my studio light turned on, but without the studio light, the exposure looks really good. So I think the Piko Plus is especially great for people who don't want to bother with lighting too much. Image quality wise, here's how the Piko Plus looks in 4K 30 FPS. Now in 2K, which I'm glad they included. And now they have 1080p in 60 FPS. And here's how it looks in 1080p 30 FPS. Now when you get a webcam like this, you don't expect a lot of bokeh or background blur. That's actually why I switched to this lens. You'll notice I get a really blurry background, especially as I get closer. If you want a blurry background with a YouTube setup, this is what that might look like. But with a Piko Plus, you don't get a whole lot of background blur, unless you get closer to the Piko Plus. So yeah, you can get some blur. The framing's gonna be awkward and your face might look distorted. That said, the blur is good enough for focusing on smaller objects, so you can use this for product showcasing. Now, one of the features that really impressed me with the Piko Plus is the autofocus. It is snappy. It might even be snappier than more expensive webcams like the Insta360 Link 2 and the OBSBot Tiny 2 Lite. Look at just how fast it shifts focus from my face to the object and back. The focus is very confident and snappy without hesitating. Now that said, the autofocus would be easier for a webcam like this because it doesn't have a lot of blur to work with. A lot of what you see in the scene is already in focus. But still, they did mention fast autofocus and they delivered. With their EMeet Link software, they didn't have a whole lot of features and sometimes some of the features weren't working. But I don't recall the software ever crashing or lagging on me. So it's the same story with this new EMeet Studio software. Very basic controls, basic filters. They didn't even include a blur effect. And I'm on board with that because I would always choose performance and reliability over being flashy. Now the software isn't perfect. There were times when I hit record and the audio and video weren't quite synced. In fact, if I spoke immediately after pressing record, then I already knew that the audio and video were not going to be in sync. So I'd always wait 5 seconds after hitting record before I start talking. There were also times when I found that the video was glitchy. I'm not quite sure what exactly triggers that glitchy effect, but for the most part, the footage was reliable. Now let's talk about the microphones. The microphones on the Piko Plus are these tiny dots in front. There's like 3 dots forming a triangle over here. So here's how they sound with the software's 3 different modes. You're hearing me speak into the EMeet Piko Plus in original sound mode. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. You're hearing me speak into the EMeet Piko Plus in noise-canceling mode. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. You're hearing me speak into the EMeet Piko Plus from a distance and live mode. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. To be honest, I don't think that was any real improvement compared to any built-in laptop mic. EMeet, if you are listening, consider reallocating the microphone space and budget into the cameras instead. And yes, this little privacy cover is functional. It does work. It's actually great compared to the privacy cover of the OBSBot Meet 2, because that one is metal and has the risk of scratching the lens. This appears to be rubber, and it gives it a face, you know, it's a cute little panda. Now, have I seen the Piko Plus stutter? Not at all. Not in any setting. Not in 4K, and not in 1080p 60 FPS. Hey, this is the stuttering test. So we're testing if the audio is going to be synced with the video, and if there is actual stutter going on right now. I am recording in 4K 30 FPS, so this could be a bit of a challenge for the Piko Plus. Should it be smooth? I don't know. Do the 2 cameras help? We'll find out. You tell me. You know, there really is something crazy about having 2 cameras, and I'm talking about low light performance. I found that I actually loved the colors coming out of the Piko Plus in low light. Again, I could be wrong about this, but the Piko Plus is creating a very balanced image even in the dark. Even when I turned off my studio light, I found the footage to be more cinematic. I found that the darker portions of the video, the shadows, were exposed to be a little brighter, and I just liked the look overall. Just note that when you're using the Piko Plus in 60 FPS, there's a chance this might include a touch more noise or grain to your video, because it's trying to capture twice as many frames as 30 FPS footage. So the rule of thumb is higher frame rates are bad in low light. But to me, on the Piko Plus, I did not find that to be a concern. Now imagine adding RGB in the background. I think this would be great for gamers. As for thermals, this Piko Plus has been running 4K footage straight for more than an hour now, and it is only slightly warm. Nothing like the EMeet S800, which was very hot at the back. So, do I think the Piko Plus is gimmicky? I actually don't. I do actually think that the two cameras serve a purpose. The gimmick here are the microphones, which don't really help. But overall, in terms of image quality, if you are prioritizing good colors and a consistent, reliable look no matter your lighting, I think the Piko Plus is worth considering. But if you're looking for more dynamic range and trying to get a DSLR look, something like what you're seeing now, something like an Insta360 Link 2 might get you closer to that, but even then you can't expect this. Also, considering the thermal's performance is pretty good, no stuttering, the software just works, this is a reliable, budget, mid-range webcam. If you want to grab your EMeet Piko Plus, check out the links down below. And I just want to thank these incredible people. Thank you. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, hitting that subscribe button will go a long way in supporting this channel. And I'll see you in this video.